Don't you just love watching tour players' swings on repeat? Everything just flows, the backswing, the transition, the downswing, and it all looks effortless and perfectly timed. But then you try it yourself, you look back at the video and you think it's a different story. Well, in this video, I'm going to simplify that whole process. I'll show you one simple move that ties both the backswing and downswing together, making it easier to feel connected, under control, and powerful without having to overthink. Now, if you do find some of the positions in this video tricky to get into, you can take a look at Ageless Golf Fitness. They have some brilliant courses that help you move better without needing to go to the gym. You can click the link below to have a look at their courses, or just scan the QR code here if you are watching this video on the big screen. Now, what tends to happen with a lot of golfers is that they'll make their golf swing very much so in a way that they are trying to make sure they make solid contact with the golf ball. And we'll tend to see all sorts as coaches. We'll see this trail arm here begin to flare out. We'll get this wrist hinge taking place that causes the club face to open up. This very steep angle into the backswing, or we can get too shallow with this movement as well. Then it just becomes very difficult to hit the golf ball. Everything feels then out of sync, the body fires too early, and as you can see from that video, and then a replay of that golf shot, it's not great at all. Now, what we see a lot of the pros make, or some of the really good amateur golfers, is that they'll have a connection between the arms and the body. And the key to this is timing. Rather than seeing the body move out of sync and the shoulders moving one way and the hips moving the other way, they are both connected in a way that allows the arms and the body to turn and rotate and move at the same time, and also stop at the same time. So when we take a look at most golfers, forgetting that some on tour will have incredible flexibility and be able to fire the hips and keep their shoulders back like this here, the majority of players, good players, will get to the top of the golf swing all in one motion and then work the way down into that correct sequence, with the key being the arms and the body work together. They move at the same time and they stop at the same time. And there you go, arms and body working at the same time, stopping at the same time, and that allows you on the downswing to add more speed, but also keep that right sequence, and therefore hit straighter golf shots just like that one right there. So the key is they're able to get that big rotation, but also get their arms moving and stopping at the same time like this. And pros can get into these positions not just because they've trained for that technique, but because they've trained their bodies to move in the correct way. So if you're curious about how to build that kind of mobility, don't forget to check out Ageless Golf Fitness. There's a link below, or you can scan the QR code right here to explore more options on how you can improve your mobility to get this consistent golf swing that I'm just about to show you that works for the backswing and also the downswing. Now, one of my favorite tour players to watch and sort of get mentorship from and influence from when I'm making my golf swings is Adam Scott. The way he moves into the backswing and downswing is exactly what we want to be applying in our golf swings. So what you'll notice in his golf swing is that when you take a look at, from the start of the golf swing, working your way up to the very top just to begin with, is that the arms and body move at the same time, they stay connected, and they get into perfect positions. It looks athletic, really nice and easy to do. Now, the right arm in the golf swing is always the one that helps you form these positions. So what I'm going to get you to do is to simplify things, keep this connected. So to keep it connected, you're going to take a head cover like this one here. 3-wood head cover is ideal, just big enough just to fit underneath the arm, not too big that it gets in the way of you hitting the golf ball. You're going to simply place this so that your arm is in this externally rotated position. So we're going to get the palm to face upwards, get this to cover underneath the armpit, and then just bring the arm out in front. Now you can twist the hand to grip the golf club like so. This here allows you to keep that connection the way we see Adam Scott do on the backswing, but also all the great players do as well. Now, when it comes to the actual start of the backswing itself, what I want you to feel in the backswing is the trail hip rotating back and around as your trail shoulder moves up and around. So these two feels here are what allow the body to start the golf swing and make your way up into the right position. With the body and with keeping this tucked in, you should find it very easy to allow this trail arm here to set in the correct position and then start to fold into the top of the golf swing. Now you can see there this arm here is nice and tucked in, so this automatically gets rid of that flared elbow that I mentioned at the start of the video. As I set up to the golf ball here and make my way into the backswing, I'm allowing this trail hip to rotate back and around. So when I say back, I mean this way, literally moving away from the golf ball. Just like this here, as you can see now from this camera angle here, it's rotating back and around, back and around, as my trail shoulder works up and around. Those two moves there and allowing that right arm to set into position makes it much easier to get those two to start at the same time, but also finish the backswing at the same time. So as we make our way into the downswing now, it's the opposite feel. The opposite feel simply saying that we want this lead hip now to rotate back and around and the lead shoulder to rotate up and around. So how should this look? We're going to keep this tucked in for the downswing as well. We're going to get to the top of our golf swing, focusing on that movement there, allowing this trail arm to simply fold gradually up to the top of the golf swing. Getting that hip to rotate back and around, shoulder up and around. Then on the downswing, we're just going to do the opposite. So lead hip goes back and around, lead shoulder goes up and around, and just from me feeling those two sensations on the way down, look at where that allows me to set the club here. That allows me to keep my hands nice and low, none of this over the top garbage or dropping the club way too far on the inside like this. It allows me to get into a nice shallowed out motion into the downswing, but it also makes it much easier to get the club here, as you can see, into that really nice delivery position. And from there, we just continue that motion into the golf ball. That's simply it. That's simply the backswing, downswing, using one simple move. The simple move being, well, if you can start to apply that movement into the backswing, that movement into the downswing, that's the one move. That's the one move that's going to simplify your golf swing. So the question is, you've probably done that, tried this, and you may have filmed yourself and had a look at it and thought, well, it's not quite the same, it's not as similar as Harry is on that video. Well, let me just give you two drills now that are going to help you get into those positions and make this more reliable for you so that when you go and practice this, you get into those correct positions and see the results quicker. So drill number one, the drill is all to do with that rotation and tilting of the shoulders into the backswing. So we know the hips want to rotate either side. We also know that the shoulders want to work up and down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my hands either side of my legs here. I'm going to take my stance ever so slightly wider than shoulder width apart, so like I would normally do. I'm just going to ensure that for the backswing, I'm just allowing my right hand here to work up towards my right hip. So when I do this action here, just in reaction to this, naturally, I start to tilt. I start to bring my trail shoulder up, just like this here. So that's the trail shoulder working upwards like so. And what we can see here on the opposite side is that my lead shoulder works down. Because if my trail hand is going to work upwards, my lead hand here has to work downwards as we make our way into that backswing there. So just practicing that a couple of times, that's the shoulders moving correctly for that backswing. Now for the downswing, it's going to work the opposite way. So you can practice this both sides. You can go, right, well, trail shoulder's going to work upwards, just like this here. My right hand's going to go towards my right hip, and then on the way through, my left hand is going to work towards the left hip, and you can see there what that does to my lead shoulder. It allows my lead shoulder to work up and around. But this here, the key is to get that upward motion of the shoulders. So adding in the rotation. On the way back, when you feel this trail hand here working up towards the right hip, all I want you to add is this hip rotating back and around. So just simply twisting that hip back and around. Nice checkpoint for the backswing position is just getting your back itself to face towards your target. So if I was just to set into the golf ball here now, rather than standing upright, I'm going to move into my posture and setup. As I do this action here, I'm allowing my back to twist and face towards the target. Just that thought alone allows my hip here to rotate back and around. So when I do this here, I'm allowing that weight transfer onto this foot simply without even having to think about that. I'm allowing my body to move in the correct positions. I'm allowing this trail shoulder, more importantly, to still work upwards, but also my lower body, my hips in particular, to rotate back and around. My trail side is all working in one motion. Downswing, the opposite. So we're getting up to the top of the swing here, and on the downswing, the glove hand here goes towards the hip as we rotate the chest so it faces towards the target. So we get the chest there to face towards the target. So it's back to target, chest to target, back to target, chest to target. And you can just rehearse that over and over again, and that gives you the correct feel, the correct sensation of where the body should be moving during your golf swing. Backswing, downswing, again, one simple move. So the second drill I want to show you is how the arm actually works. So we all know that the arms work more on an upward motion because the body works on a lateral motion more so. So to get the club working up, the club has to work up into the backswing. So this drill here just gets you working the club correctly into the top of the backswing, because what I tend to see so many golfers do is when they try this, they get that rotation, but then they allow the club to start to follow it round too much. So I'm going to place this head cover again underneath the arm, just making sure my arm is twisted over like this, because that allows you to get into the right position at the address. I'm just going to twist my hand over again to grip the golf club. Now when I come to my setup here, and just make my way into the first part of the golf swing, what we'll tend to find is that when you practice this, is when you think trail hip back and around, and the shoulder works up, the club immediately wants to go too far on the inside. So what I want you to do is allow, as you start this rotation, this elbow here to fold up. So we can see there that elbow, the back of the elbow here is folding in, and that's encouraging the club to actually work upwards, almost too steep into the backswing here, just as you can see. Almost like if we had a line directly down towards the target line from the back of the golf ball working along my takeaway line, I'm almost allowing the club to go onto the right-hand side, so more out of that line from my eye view here, rather than doing the opposite and dragging it inwards. So if I get this sensation of allowing that arm to fold almost sooner than later, allowing the arm to fold sooner than later, and I start to add in drill number one of getting that rotation, what do you think that's going to allow the club to do? Those two are going to work in opposites that equal out somewhere in the middle for us. So when we get that takeaway and we allow that big rotation and we set the club, with this elbow here, we're getting the back of the elbow to fold with this trail arm. Look at what that does for the takeaway. It allows the club to work beautifully on that plane, on that line, because now we've started to add that rotation. So that when we make our way into the top of the swing, it's just simply that, but a continued motion. So for the backswing, without doing the rotation here, just to show you how this should feel, as you get to the top, it's that motion there, and then it's continuing up. So that's obviously too steep, too far on the outside. But when we start to add in that rotation with both hands on the golf club, same feeling, everything gets back on plane. Everything stays nice and connected, and it's all one simple move. So those two there for the backswing are the two drills I want you to focus on. And I know they're all to do with the backswing, but that's going to really help you synchronize everything for the downswing. As long as you can focus on the downswing of what we mentioned before, of the opposite movement, the hip moving back and around, and the shoulder moving up and around. That allows the club then, from the top of the swing, to set into a nice position here, delivery position, and everything just happens. Everything just happens. You don't have to manipulate anything last minute, and it just makes the game so much easier. So once you've practiced this, those two drills, apply that into your golf swing, you can take the head cover away, just ensuring that it's set up, you're allowing that arm to twist over, tucking it in, gripping the golf club, applying those two feels into that simple move of backswing, downswing, and hitting the golf ball. Nice little draw again, really nice strike on that one, just because I was able to get the club into the right positions, just like we could see there, Adam Scott on the screen, but I wouldn't say my swing is as good as Adam Scott's. Anyway, I'm really chuffed with that one. Okay, so this move blends proper body rotation with club positioning, but here's the thing, to make it work consistently, your body needs to support the move. Ageless Golf Fitness, I've mentioned them a couple of times already, is built to help you do just that. It's not just another workout plan, it's a golf-specific system that helps you build a body that can swing the way you want. So I'll leave the link in the description below, also with the discount code. You can check them out, learn more, and potentially go and try one of their programs, or just scan the QR code over here. Now, if you have enjoyed this video and come this far, I'd highly recommend clicking that subscribe button, as it really helps me grow the channel, but also post content just like this every single week. And why not comment down below with a tip or drill you would like to see next. In fact, if you would like to see this one simple move work and how it should work with the woods and driver, comment down below. If you would like to see the woods, comment woods video please. And if you'd like to see the driver, comment driver video please. So comment down below if you'd like to see that. If we can get 50 comments saying that, I'll do that video for you. Now, in the meantime, YouTube recommends that this video over here to the right hand side of the screen is the perfect video for you to watch next. So I'd highly recommend clicking onto that one over there if you'd like to continue watching.